Hello YouTube and welcome to the channel. So yesterday, I said that in this video I would talk about my church, and um, the reason why is because my church is a really big part of my life, for two main reasons. Well, three actually. Why would I do this for three? Three actually. Number one, of course, God. I'm a strong believer in God. I haven't always been. I didn't start truly believing up until, 10th grade. But I go there because of God and because I enjoy the community. On Sundays when I go to church, I am friends with everybody in the church, which is basically the whole community of the town. And it's very, very wonderful to hear about everybody's 50-year anniversaries and hear about everybody's um, um, good events and things like that. And, I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy singing and stuff. I enjoy actually sitting in the church. So for God and for the Christian, celebrating the Christian faith. Number two is because it's where me and my friends hang out a lot, and we have fun. On Wednesdays we have youth group, and it's me and all my friends that are still in high school, friends that have graduated from high school and still go. Some of them are in middle school, and we all just hang out. They feed us a lot. If you ever want to know anything about a Methodist church, they feed you a lot. So we always get a really good meal, and we have time. And yes, there is like 30 minutes of our youth leader preaching, and then like for the next 2 hours of us being in the church, we just eat and talk and laugh and play games. We have pool, we have foosball, we have basketball, we have all of that. Me and my friend Seth will sometimes play Magic. Um, or we'll all just sit down and talk, and talk about each other's day and what changes have been made to the high school and things like that. So that's another reason why my church has been such a really big part of my life, is because it's been the main place where me and my friends grew together, and it's where I even met some of my friends. And so that's another really good reason why I enjoy it. The last reason is because of the opportunities we have. In my youth group, we go on these mission trips. And ever since I've joined, I've gone on many of these mission trips, and this is probably the main reason why. And I know that that sounds kind of strange. Well, shouldn't God be the main reason why? Well, yes, but this is the main reason why it's impacted my life so much. We go on these mission trips to go and help people. We've helped people um, rebuild houses. We helped a woman with her garden. Well, we've helped multiple people with their yard and with their garden. We've helped some people move from one house to another. We've helped some people get rid of stuff that they don't need or want, and we wound up, selling that stuff in a yard sale, to raise money for charity. We've provided food for the food pantry in our town. Um, uh, um, there was this lady who her house was washed away by Hurricane Harvey, and she wound up being paralyzed, and she had nowhere else to go, so she turned to my church. And well, she turned to my youth leader, who also works at the Chamber of Commerce. They got an email, and she was like, "Well, it's not my job to do this." And her husband said, "Well, maybe not as a chamber of commerce, but as a youth leader, maybe you can. So she took it to us, the youth of the church, and we all decided that we would help her out. And it turns out her situation was she was in a new home. She just had nothing. She didn't have a bed. She didn't have a heater. She didn't have dishes. She didn't have anything. She literally just had a house with a fridge and some food. And it wasn't food that you could cook either. It was just sandwiches and things. And she didn't have a wheelchair or anything. She was paralyzed. So she was dragging herself on the floor, sitting on a towel to get around. So when our youth director, her name is Miss Clark, um, said, "Hey, who wants to help her?" We all raised our hands. So we all went. Our church has 3 sheds full of things that we never sold, or that people have get given to the church that they don't need anymore. And we were just looking around for things that this woman might need. This was last winter. It was freezing cold. The day we went to her house, it was in like the 20s. It was freezing cold. So we were looking around for things. We found a couple of lamps for her. We actually found a wheelchair. We found a whole bunch of other stuff. Some of us went home and asked our parents, "Hey, do you think we could spare a few pots and pans and plates and forks for her?" And some of us were able to bring some dishes for her to eat with and cook with. Um, we brought her all this stuff, and this lady, even though I only got to talk to her for a few minutes, what made her most happy wasn't that we brought her all this stuff, which she appreciated, by the way. She appreciated all of it: the bed, the blanket, the heater, the everything. What she appreciated the most was that she had people come and see her. This woman had no family. And by that, I mean none of her family was up to help her. So she was alone. You know, she had been alone in that house for a while. So to see all these people come into her house and help her out, see all these young people from the ages of 12 to 19, you know, well, 18 actually. So from 12 to 18, seeing all these young people come into her house. So and we all, you know, in certain periods of time in between bringing stuff in, would sit down with her and talk with her, and she loved it. She loved the fact that we all took the time out of our day to sit down with her, and she's been doing great. And that has impacted me a lot, is all the opportunities that my church has given us to help people, to help the community. We've even made flood buckets for survivors of Hurricane Harvey, and it was just such a good experience. And that is the main reason why I love my church. Is because you see all these stories of all these churches that basically scam people into giving them money and all that, and yet I'm lucky to be a part of a church that goes around, finds people in need, and does everything that they can to help them, and it gives the youth of the community a chance to experience that as well, to experience helping people, to experience going and being there for people and doing something that is way bigger than themselves, and that has shaped me as a person a lot. So that is why I love my church, and that is my church. We even, as a youth group, we adopted a kid. She lives in Ecuador. We send her money every month to help her with her schooling, with her clothing, with her food, and things like that. She's a part of something called, I do believe it is called CareShare. And, you know, you can go there, you can find many children, and you can adopt one, and you can support them, and, you know, send money to them. Now, of course, she has many people supporting her, but we're just one of a few churches that are supporting this one girl. And the CareShare has actually made a church slash home for these kids. It's a home for these kids to live in, to learn, and they don't just learn about God. They learn about everything. So that way, when they go out into the world, they might be able to have a chance at a way better life than their parents. Last year around November, they were able to get actual bathrooms like me and you get to use, which might sound to us like a really small deal, but to them, where their bathrooms weren't that sanitary and they weren't that up to code, they got new bathrooms, and that was such a good thing for them, and it was only possible because we supported them. And I enjoy that. Every week I bring money to my youth group to put in the donation plate for her. And that has shaped me in such a really big way, and it's why I love my church. So yeah, that is my church. So that is all for today's video, and I have actually started making a structure to what my videos are going to be. So yes, so tomorrow, you guys can expect me to can expect me to talk about why I enjoy helping people. Because that is the main reason why I love my church, because it presents opportunities to help people. So in my next video, I'm going to tell you why that impacted me so much and why I enjoy helping those in need. So I will see you all in the next video.